Now it's up on YouTube, but I still have to start the Rumble one.
Okay.
Okay, now it should be up
YouTube gets the shitty end of the stick.
I don't know if I actually have to start YouTube first, but I feel like something bad will happen if I don't. Here we go. We're off the wagon again.
We're off the short bus. I sure do love my modern entertainment on this hellscape we call home.
What kind of modern entertainment?
Like video games. It distracts me.
You know,
all the zany wacky.
Whenever I'm tempted to say, like, I wish I was born in the 70s so that I could afford a house and, you know, not be ingesting microplastics constantly. Actually, they might have been already at that point, although maybe not as much. Not having, you know, Google in my pocket everywhere I go. Not having, what was the other thing I was going to say?
I like how I searched your exact name up on YouTube and it's not coming up.
We're extremely shadow banned on YouTube. I bet like subscribers don't even get notified of the stream. Everyone on YouTube go to Rumble, please. YouTube. I don't know. I haven't just deleted my account yet because I have like several playlists that I use that are useful to me. I have a watch later playlist that I've actually maxed out. You can max out a playlist on YouTube. It's at 5,000 videos. I browse. I'm not usually an avid YouTube browser, but I'll see something that piques my interest and I'll click the watch later thing. And I never get to them. I'll get to them once in a while. I'll take like 2 or 3 videos per week off of my watch later playlist. And before I maxed it out, I would add about probably 20 or 30 to them.
What's it up to the moon? I'll watch them.
As soon as I feel like it, I will watch all these videos. Anyway, well, we got shit to talk about. There's the obvious one that happened today. We'll get to that a little bit, but
the most obvious.
We
possibly ever.
Obviously, the most. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't feeling it. So obviously, you know what I'm talking about. Obviously, I'm talking about Skibidi Biden. We were talking about it, and Jeff hasn't seen it yet. I even told him to watch it earlier today, and he didn't. So now he gets to be forced to. Imagine him like the chicken in the Robot Chicken intro. That's what I'm doing to him right now.
Yes.
Ignore that.
Let's peep the horrors of your... Oh my god.
Okay, you're watching the... Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. I did switch it. Okay, everyone ready? Here we go.
Skibidi Biden.
You already know it's going to be good. You see Colbert.
Skibidi Biden. Skibidi Biden. Skibidi Biden. Hitler's language. Trump is using Hitler's language.
You know,
is using Hitler's language.
This doesn't even sound like Biden. What the fuck?
I assume that was Steven's voice. Okay.
Did they have a point to that? I could see like soccer moms being entertained by this.
Soccer moms?
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just like my children watch on the iPad. Real parents beat their kids. Female getting the epidemic.
Like how bad was
It
it?
doesn't on your
How
screen
bad?
on
How bad?
YouTube, so
I should have started it on something stupid. I should have found like an R9K thread to start it on. I'll remember that next time. Rookie mistake. Trump, you didn't see anything on my screen. Just ignore whatever you saw.
Okay.
I didn't see your YouTube recommended videos. I didn't see even a single one. Not a single one. Okay.
Look who it is in our chat arena.
Ah, is it a famous person?
It's a famous boy.
I
The
knew
most
it.
famous. Possibly ever.
I didn't even. It always comes back to Hitler. He is using Hitler's language. You know, that's like. So aside from, we'll come back to that in a sec. Actually, no. Let's just make fun of that real quick and then continue on our tangents.
I don't understand it, so I'm confused and angry.
We never come back when we go off on soliloquies. Okay, so this is like every time a boomer tries to recreate internet humor. Like, it doesn't. I don't think it works.
It should be used for entertainment, like shock value, not like, oh, this is exactly like Hitler. This charcoal drawing you made is exactly Hitler. This is literally Hitler. This candy bar is literally Hitler. It's always
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Well, the Hitler thing. I'll come back to that in a second. But like the video in general is like an example of every time someone over about 40 tries to who isn't like a nerd or whatever, who like idea of I don't know, whose idea of like comedy and media was solidified by like movies in the 70s and 80s. Like when they see the kind of like absurdist, kind of silly internet humor, they can't really process it, and they certainly can't replicate it. So Stephen Colbert, that's his attempt at using memes. And you ask like what the point is, it obviously it's propaganda. So like one reason the left always makes terrible memes is because the main point is for convincing people, and the secondary point
I don't know what you're talking about. The video was so good, I'm gonna go kill myself now.
You know, it clearly achieved its objective because now my suicidal thoughts are back in full force. Anyway.
Exactly. Psychological damage. Psychic damage. 20 psychic damage. Take 20 psychic damage right now.
I take 8d10 of psychic damage from that video.
This truly is Democracy Manifest.
This is Democracy Manifest. That guy actually got out of jail not too long ago, and some people did interviews with him.
So I looked into it. He was just a guy, and they mistook him for somebody else. So he was literally innocent. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he did something or other. I thought he like did some like business.
So they thought he was a credit card fraud man, but he wasn't. He was literally just eating it at a Chinese place.
Huh. Wait, I thought he went to jail though. Did he not?
He did.
Oh, he did go to jail. So he's just wrongly accused.
I mean, he was arrested at least. Like.
Oh well, yeah, he was arrested. Did he not? Did he not go to jail? I could have sworn he was in jail.
I thought he did.
I'll have to look that up again. Anyway, back to that. So the Hitler's language thing is interesting. I've seen that kind of I don't know, what would you call it? Lines like that seem to come up among lefties more nowadays, where like it's not even if you say something that they think is racist or anti whatever, but if you're using like themes or tropes, or if it's a semblant of something, talking points, that's kind of what I was getting at. It's like they're bringing up Hitler's talking points. They're bringing up like alt-right talking points. They're using Hitler-like language. Is like what they go for. So you don't even have to say anything that they would say is offensive if you're just like bringing up talking points or saying something that sounds kind of like Hitler, and you can bet that you'll be the subject of a cringy Stephen Colbert video.
Oh,
Know what I'm saying?
yep. They try. They give it a good old try. You know.
They certainly give it a good old college go. All right, let's see the game that you have.
This is okay. Called Puzzle Agents.
Oops.
It's short. I like to get that. There you go. It's a short game, but it's charming. It's charming.
I tried to play a video game once. Back in the 80s. There's a game called Pong. I can't get into these new things that the kids are into these days.
Yeah, so the big thing that happened this week, maybe we could talk about that. Maybe.
Oh, right, yeah. We were just joking about Skibidi Biden, although that was important as well.
That's a good note to scope up.
So, just today, I think the what do you call it? They said the charges. They said the verdict for Trump in his trial. This is a trial in Manhattan, and it's regarding the Stormy Daniels thing. Basically, they're calling the hush money situation that he did. They're somehow construing it as business fraud, saying that he falsified some kind of documents. I don't know a whole lot of the details about it. Anyway, and so they managed to bring up 34 felony counts in this trial, and shockingly found him guilty of all of them. That was sarcasm, by the way. That was totally predictable. So, yeah, they'll probably appeal it. It'll probably get thrown out because it's a load of crap. But they're doing the sentencing also predictably just a couple days before the what was it? The RNC convention, when they do the delegate votes. What's that date called? I forgot what it's called. Anyway, it's right before that. So anyway, doesn't seem like anyone knows about the details of the case. Yeah, it's like it's peak legalese, you know. They got a bunch of their bourgeois lawyers together and found the man and found a crime. Brought the man, gave him the man and found him a crime. Gins.
Scoggins. Well, this is the second one he's been found guilty on, isn't it? Like the
Oh, I'd forgotten. What was the other one?
The other one was he had a building appraised in whenever, and so that was the amount for the loan he had to pay the bank because he had that building built.
Oh yeah, they fined him like $3 quadrillion over it, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you appraised this too low, and now, well, the bank doesn't care, but the state cares. Well, yeah,
the state pretends to care.
Yeah, well, the
Biden
state cares because they don't want you to be president. It's kind of crazy. This is like a state trying to meddle in a national election, clearly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously it's just coming down from federal, but yeah, it's interesting. They can have a state trial and go after. Well, I guess I hate to say this since every liberal talking head is saying it. No one is above the law, so it's not like it should be impossible to prosecute a politician who's currently the leading candidate for president. But like, I don't know. I guess it's strange that the election of an entire country can be subverted by a single state like that. Like it local jurors and a local judge in Manhattan can kind of like determine the fate of a national election. I mean, it doesn't actually directly affect the election, but I don't know. Well, certainly, it affects the election to some degree if like he's in trial or like in a cell or in house arrest when he's supposed to be like at Super Tuesday or like uh, campaigning or getting sworn in or stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, we got some comments. I thought it was interesting how Trump was talking about freeing Ross Ulbricht, probably for votes. Not very conservative of him, but still would be cool if he followed through. I actually don't know who that is. I have to look that up, or you could give me the QRD on that. Sorry, you're more knowledgeable about like some of these obscure political situations. He might have realized through the trial that nonviolent crime shouldn't be punished as strictly. Oh, Silk Road. Oh yeah, I remember that. He also, I saw. Well, there are a few things this week, stuff that he's hinting at and talking about. One of them was he's saying he'll seriously consider pardoning Assange, which that would be really cool if he did. If he does that, maybe we can get a Snowden as well. I bet the CIA will just assassinate any of those people if they get released from jail. Not that we shouldn't do it anyway, but I'll give a in before for that one. If he does actually pardon anybody who actually deserves it. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any strong feelings about that, but that's cool. I mean, the Assange one is more interesting to me, just like out of principle.
Yeah. It is crazy, the situation. I mean, it's not surprising to me, and I'm partly kind of glad it's happening so that it might kind of make more of the, shall I say, normies realize how bad it actually is. I think everyone kind of knows because of the economy situation, but I don't know. We all kind of try to live our lives and forget how fucked up the country is, the world as well.
The only people I've seen like who are like really against Trump and really in favor of Biden are like really old people.
Not even lefties.
Well, lefties don't want Biden; they want their precious runner-up candidate to be.
They're like alt candidate of choice. Yeah, that's true.
Usually RFK, and in some cases Kamala. Although Kamala isn't popular either, so.
I don't mind RFK. I would take him over most of the Republican candidates, honestly. I mean, I disagree with him about most things, but it would be better by comparison.
I guess it. I think he said he wanted to jail business owners who said that climate change isn't real, and he's against gun ownership. So.
Okay, never mind. You convinced me. I was ignorant on the subject. That's fucked up. Mostly the first one, but the second one as well.
Yeah, I mean,
And I kind of am. That's one thing I depart from the right on is the climate change thing. I'm kind of a proponent of it, although a dubious one. And there's a bunch of weird shit going on with it, like people with money in the game. But the problem with it is the implication of like jailing people for speech. And as soon as you let that start, it'll spread like it'll spread like a disease. For example, what's going on in Europe with that. In most of Europe, you can go to jail for questioning the Holocaust. And now they're at the point where it's like you can't speak badly about the immigrants, about the refugees. If you someone where was it? In Germany, I think. I have to go double check on this one. Someone like cited, I think it was Germany, cited government statistics about rape refugees in their country, and was arrested for it. I don't remember if they went to jail or had to pay a fine, but they were arrested and prosecuted for it for hate speech or whatever.
I mean that sounds like any insert your European country here.
Yeah, most of Western Europe is at that point, with the exception of one or two of them. It's kind of, I don't know. We kind of get what we deserve to some degree. Like Europe has been extremely like secular, progressive, and socialist and far left for decades, and they've elected governments that they've elected leaders and allowed this kind of thing to fester, and now they're reaping the consequences of it. And same here in the United States, maybe not to the same degree, or at least in different areas. It's like we allowed evil to fester among us, and then it kind of like it created an environment for globalists and all this shit to spawn and grow and organize itself. There was a song called Germany for Germans that was played at a few events and caused such a big outrage in their news. I think I saw a video on that. I'm sure people have gone to jail over it. At least one upside is a lot of them are.
It's so racist.
It was
You
just so
can't say
racist.
that. I mean, I don't know exactly why that particular phrase is racist, because I thought everyone could be any
Oh,
belong to any country.
let me tell you.
America's for Americans.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you, as a college educated Western person, let's unpack this. Okay. Sorry, I just can't. Let's unpack this. It literally is using Hitler's language, okay?
Yeah. German.
Trump is using Hitler's language. And Trump said like Guten Tag. And then Stephen Colbert saw an opportunity.
Oh.
I know what they would say if you said, "How is that racist?" They would say shit like that's like implying white supremacy because your amplificationifying that Germany is for the native German. Well, they wouldn't say that. They'd find some Orwellian replacement term for that. For the native white cishet patriarchy of Germany. And you're basically just, when you say Germany is for Germans, you're basically just saying that you hate minorities and that you want to put them in concentration camps. Okay, incel. Chud. Okay, chud.
Yes, miss.
Oh, now I have to delete this one too.
Oh,
Just kidding.
I don't really.
That's still beneath the line.
It's hard to pay attention to this and talk at the same time, which is stupid because it's a
That's
puzzle for
exactly what we
babies.
were talking about.
I know.
All right, we have some goals for the summer. Not to not play games that make it so that we can't have a conversation, and and not have my voice crack because I'm 30 now. My voice shouldn't be cracking. And we're gonna try to not gonna stay under the line where we don't get lynched in the future because of these videos. Which that's pretty cringe and blue pilled, but they don't call me cringe Dave for nothing. Sorry, I'm sleep deprived. I'm super tired. I'm gonna pass out right after we're done with this.
Why are days suddenly packed? It's stupid. It's in that way.
Why are days packed?
Yeah, it's with that.
I know, because we have stupid gay jobs for homosexuals. We have gay jobs for. We work as fluffers at the local Hollywood studio. Working hard all day. Ain't got no time. Well, one other thing was Trump was also talking about formally backing crypto. I think you read more about that than I did. Did you want to talk about that?
Right. So he went on Tim Pool's. He interviewed Tim Pool.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I still need to go watch that. I thought that was interesting. I think that's cool that he interacts with like kind of the more indie, I guess, branch of conservatism. You'd never see like Biden go on like some YouTuber's live stream, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll try it eventually, but
This is the best move that he could do, you know?
yeah, for sure, it's definitely smart. He should do that. I would think I would think it was cool if he went like with like more minor channels like, I don't know, Styx Hexenhammer or Mark Dice, but from like a political standpoint, it'd be wise to do people like Tim Pool, probably Steven Crowder. Who else? I guess the Daily Wire would be among them, although I would cringe at that.
That would be pretty cringe.
That would be cringe. Everyone on the Daily Wire.
They made the most cringe movie ever.
What's that?
Lady Ballers.
Lady Ballers?
It's
What's
the
that?
premise is it's about a guy who wants to compete in a women's basketball league,
Huh.
and so he becomes trans or pretends to be trans or something. I mean, which is like funny on the surface, but like I don't know,
Did you watch it?
it's performed very. I mean, I've seen clips of it.
Okay.
It's got Jordan Peterson.
Jordan
It's like-
Peterson is in it too.
Jordan Peterson's in it.
Does he just like give commentary or is he like
No, he's an actor in it.
Oh, okay. Wait, is this like scripted and acted or is it like a reality thing? Like a hidden camera kind of thing?
It's no, it's like a proper movie.
Oh.
Like they tried to make it a proper movie.
Oh,
It's just bad.
That's cringe. And they could have done that in real life as well if they wanted to. Just pick any sports event where they allow transsexuals. It'd be super easy. Scott Adams and Trump interview would be interesting. That would be pretty cool. I wonder if Trump would catch flack for that because of like the controversy around him. He spoke ill of the sacred race that no white person shall ever speak ill of. The sacred, precious group of people who no white devil shall ever speak an ill word of. He did that. So I think he's an untouchable in our society now. Just like us. We should get Trump on the short bus. Do you think we could?
I think we can. We'll just send a letter over.
We've got like we're doing numbers this time. We've got like 10 people watching. I think Trump needs
going
to
on with this building.
Trump needs to get on. There's like Trump needs to go on all these little minor streams on YouTube, on Rumble, to appeal to his true voter base, the people who got him elected. Who do you think got you elected, Trump? The freaking conservative establishment? No, it was people like us posting memes on /poll. That's why you became president. Now pay it back. Pay back your debt and come be a guest on the short bus. He won't be able to though, because he's busy with the trial. They're gonna do the sentencing on the exact day that he was scheduled to come on the short bus. That's their plan. This is
Sentence
how
him to death.
the Rothschild
That's what the New Yorkers have determined.
This is how George Soros is stopping our stream from succeeding.
So, isn't he supposed to? Like, I don't understand where the crime was exactly, because technically an NDA and paying her wasn't illegal, and neither was what they did.
I don't know. I didn't read enough about it before we started this. I think I may have read it about it at some point. I don't have extensive legal knowledge, but you don't you don't I mean, it's worthwhile to pick it apart and like see how ridiculous it is, but I mean the takeaway from it is they're using some legalese bullshit and super stretching like what should be feasible within the justice system and throwing out hundreds of years of precedent because they are really, really desperate that he does not get back into the White House because, as predicted, he's now the Republican frontrunner. Sorry, now, well, he's not the nominee yet, but he will be. And Biden is about as unpopular as any American president has ever been. So if it comes down to election day, if they're desperate enough, presumably they'll try to do the same like rigging stuff that they did in 2020. But if the gap is that it was easier last time because the gap wasn't quite as big because Biden hadn't been president before. He was the vice president of Obama, who was fairly popular. And Trump was catching flack at the time because they were blaming him for the COVID situation. So it was a lot closer. This now, Trump is very popular because people are seeing how the globalists are attacking him. And Biden, after fucking the country thoroughly, like he's fucked his secretaries and a plethora of underage girls in his inner circle. There's a huge, huge gap that they would have to do crazy shit to make up, and it would be totally obvious to everyone, and there'd probably be riots. Rejected. Well, I think that about covered it. Oh, okay. I recently finished my first year of college and learned no more than I did in high school classes. Yeah. Um, there are a lot of the like generals that you do, kind of the same idea as high school. You don't get anything super worthwhile other than from the classes around your major. And if you've already studied whatever it is you're studying a fair amount, then the beginner level classes will probably be rehashing things you already know. But I won't go to bat for defending college right now, though. I graduated a year ago, and have so far not gotten the kind of job that I was trying to get, and I'm working in a job not in the industry that I studied, which is partly due to the economic situation right now. So I was computer science. I assume probably most of the people here know that. And the tech market is not doing good. People are getting laid off. A lot of stuff's getting outsourced to like India and Philippines, where people do a job for a quarter or a fifth of the money. So competition's really high. Anything you apply for, it's got hundreds of people applying for it. Pretty good chance that some of them are laid off software developers with a few years of experience. So yeah. So yeah, my degree has not done me any good so far.
I just realized my mic was muted.
Oh.
There's actually a site you can go to. It tells you all the layoffs. It's called layoffs.fyi.
Uh-huh.
And that'll give you all the information that you need to know.
Let's see it. Let's pull that up. Layoffs.fyi.
Yep. Jamie, pull that up.
All right, here we go.
Jamie, pull up your pants.
Jamie, pull up your pants. We're going live now.
Jamie, pull up my pants.
Okay, so it says a company, location, and number laid off. Oh my gosh. Toshiba laid off 4,000 people. How far back is this? What does it say?
This is this year.
Oh, here's the date here. Okay, so that was like a week ago. Oh my gosh, that's a freaking lot of people.
That's 4,000
Indeed, laid off
people who have their
1,000
lives
people.
up there.
Yeah, these are all the people who are now like on Indeed. Here's Indeed right here, and LinkedIn and stuff. When you're trying to apply for a job and it has like 1,000 people applying for it. Google, oh, that's not that many for Google. 800 from Vacasa. I haven't heard of that. Brilliant. Oh, it says Brilliant, but it doesn't say how many. I actually really like Brilliant. Brilliant is a good website. They have like courses, kind of like, it's kind of Duolingo-esque. No, it's not like Duolingo. The system's kind of like Duolingo, but the courses are more like I don't know what to compare them to. They have really good like math and science courses. Strongly recommended. Yeah, I hope they didn't lay off too many people because I like them. Does it just say, oh, there's the scroll wheel. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's just this year. And we got
Oh my gosh.
90K layoffs.
Total from this year?
Yeah, if you look up, scroll up a little bit on the main page. It's like 300 companies, 90K. Yeah, Tesla, Peloton, Indeed, Toast.
Let's see. So it looks like these are sorted by totals, but the ones that are particularly bad this year, it looks like, are the worst one was last year. Oh wait, well this year is only partway done. That's partly why. Transportation, hardware, consumer, retail. Pretty good chunk of just like blue collar and low skill jobs. Yeah, man. Anyway, so it's fucked up. The country is in a bad situation, and you can largely attribute it to the choices that our leaders are making. It's not even like stupid choices either. It's not like it's just because Biden's incompetent or whatever. It's because they're actively sabotaging us. There's a guy named Iggy and a guy named Pop. Coincidence? I think not. Is this a puzzle that you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Only Bernie put in the full 8 hours. I get the shortest shift, 3 hours. Worked from 6 till I was relieved.
We can keep watching
Yes.
these acts for minutes.
Can you determine the time of the big noise?
So
1
one
hour
full.
before the last shift started. One person put in a full 8 hours. One person worked from 6 until they were relieved. When does it start and end?
Midnight to midnight.
Oh, okay.
Assuming a 24-hour clock. So he would have worked from 6 to midnight.
Okay.
Just be 7.
So okay, it runs from midnight to midnight?
Yep.
Bernie was there for 8 hours. Okay. This guy says I get the shortest shift, 3 hours. Is that related to the puzzle? Worked from 6 till I was relieved. Well, you know that she worked for more than 3 hours, probably. Bernie was there for 8 hours and he heard it 1 hour before. Oh, wait, before the last shift started. But when does the
6 till I was relieved. 8.
Are we assuming that only one guard is... Oh, yeah, it's a watchman. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
So
just one at a
all
time.
4 of them worked. Bernie was there for 8 hours. Wait, hold on. But if they couldn't have all worked separately though, and had it be 12 hours total, would it be 24 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you meant by 12? For some reason, I thought like 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, I think I understand it now. Only Bernie put in the full 8 hours. Okay, so he was there for 8 hours. One worked from 6 a.m. or 6 p.m.
Hmm.
If one's 8 hours and one is 3 hours, for the remaining shifts, you have 13 hours between them. So they could be 6 and 7, or they could both be 6.5. One hour before the last shift started. Okay. If he was there, he would have been the second to last shift, since he was there before he says the last shift started. I'm doing this also thoroughly sleep deprived, by the way, so that makes it harder. The last shift, would it be the guy who only did 3 hours? Because if it was more.
Well, I think the order comes from the last guy, Iggy. So he has to be one of the two 6.5 hour shifts. But I mean, I guess that's operating under the assumption it's 6.5 and not 5 and 7.
Yeah. If he started at. If he started at 6 and it's 24 hours, there must have been one other person before him who worked 6. Then he worked 7, so now we're at 1 p.m. And then Bernie worked 8 and ended at 9 p.m. The last guy was there for 3 hours. Would that mean that it was at 8 p.m. when he heard it?
Wait, what?
My thinking is Iggy says I worked from 6 till I was relieved, but 6 is not the beginning of the day. So
Yeah.
that gives you one 6-hour guy. That means he had to do 7 hours for us to fill 24. That means Bernie started at 1 p.m. and worked until 9. And then the last guy was the final 3 hours. So 1 hour gives us 8 o'clock.
That makes sense.
Show me that.
Nice.
Hell yeah. See, engineers can solve problems sometimes. That's what we go. That's what we went to college for.
What even happened this weekend? Donald Trump.
I saw Stormy Daniels, and I saw her videos on the internet one night when Melania sent me to the couch. I mean,
What's her freaking name?
Ivanka.
No, not Ivanka. Ivanka. Ivanka put me in the doghouse. And so I saw Stormy Daniels, and I said, I'm going to go bang her. And it was very good. And I said, this is never going to come back to bite me later. And she enjoyed it very much, by the way.
Stormy.
Yeah.
She was.
Apparently, I don't know. Her testimony was like borderline useless. It's just her talking about how bad he is in bed. Which, because New Yorkers like to go outside and then they go to the nearest puddle in the street they can find and they take a big, they roll around in that for about 15 minutes before they start their day. They really enjoyed that.
Wait, Stormy Daniels?
Yeah, they really liked her testimony.
Okay. It was like that he raped her or sexually harassed her, right? Was the original situation that he paid hush money to her for?
No.
Or was it just that he had sex with her?
He had sex with her and then he paid her not to go to the public about it.
Oh, okay.
Which she did. Because, he made her write an NDA. Although, maybe it wasn't even him. It was like one of his advisors suggested that they do this. I don't know.
But then she got herself some Soros lawyers to get her out of it. Like, hey, break your NDA. We'll keep you from getting in trouble. Should have thought of that ahead of time. Yep. You good. It's a good lesson, everyone. Don't go out. Don't go out with. Don't go out and mess around with thoughts. And don't be a horn dog. Don't be a coomer. Look, this is what's happening to Trump. It's happening. Obviously, yeah. It's political persecution because they're afraid of him being in the White House again. But they'll take whatever ammo you give them. They'll go find something. So if you were walking around being a coomer, cheating on your wife in your former years, then that'll be their story of choice. It's the four-leaf clover. That's always the right choice.
Now what? I say what?
Now look here, boy.
I can't do that guy's voice.
You're pissing too loud. You're pissing too loud. You're pissing right in the center of the toilet bowl.
I know that video.
It's just a vocaroo or something that somebody did before they made a video of it.
On the 4chan.
Probably. I don't know.
Makes sense. Let's see. Is it the wires going into them?
Find the fuse.
As
Are we looking at...
hold on.
Hold on.
I don't know. I was thinking it was a sequence, but
What's the puzzle here? I don't understand it.
Crabman has forgotten which fuse he needs to use, even though he coded them so he wouldn't forget. Select the fuse that completes the sequence.
He coded them so he wouldn't forget. Wait, what does he not know? Forgotten which fuse he needs to use. Oh, okay.
I guess that's a sequence.
Which are the options just the bottom four?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a pattern. Okay, well, let's see. First, you got your Egyptian letter, and then you got your Microsoft clip art. And after that, you've got some secret letter used in like satanic rites. So let's see. The missing piece. Missing piece in that situation.
It's that one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 mirrored.
And how does it say 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, mirrored?
Yeah.
Oh. Got it. Yeah, I didn't see that. Nice. It is kind of an interesting game.
Play as a glowy instead of inciting people to violence. You actually help people. by solving puzzles.
How come I keep watching all these like shows about FBI agents? I'm looking
They
for
solve crimes. What the fuck? They
where
don't
do
do
they
that.
go out and they like go out and like they like arrest pedophiles and stuff and they go out and like catch murderers and stuff. It's like weird. I don't really understand. I'm looking for an accurate show, one that will show them participating in psyops on anime forums on the internet and planting CP on somebody who who had a big mouth. And trying to no wait, that's CIA. I was gonna say trying to topple a foreign government, trying to incite a coup in a foreign government. That's CIA though. FBI is in charge of ruining our own country, and the CIA is in charge of ruining other countries.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, it's been an hour, so
All
let's
right,
wrap up with that puzzle.
I should probably go.
Now
I
we
should
can
probably
pass out
call it. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep
like
for.
the old men we are.
I'm gonna sleep until like noon tomorrow, probably.
That's too much. You have to sleep for 4 hours and wake up and run like a CEO, and then get your black belt, and then get another black belt, and then start a company.
Jocko would be ashamed of me. What, if you're sleep deprived? Get even more sleep deprived. It'll make you stronger. Every
Maybe if you
day.
don't do anything that requires you to think, you can get away with not sleeping.
Tomorrow.
Think or recover physically.
Aura.
What?
Instead of sleeping in tomorrow, now that I think of Jocko, I'm inspired. I'm going to wake up in 2 hours, and then I'm going to shower in liquid nitrogen, and then I'm going to hit my frozen balls with a hammer and make them explode, and the pain will teach me life lessons that I need to learn. Okay, well, thanks for watching, people. Next week, hopefully slightly earlier. Same day. I am going to go kill myself now. Okay, everyone, have a nice night.